Good evening and a very warm welcome to the Kdf Weekly Bulletin, your trusted source for weekly updates on defense activities from operational highlights to the latest developments at the Ministry of Defense. I'm your host, Sergeant Kasim Ali, and here are our top stories tonight. President leads bell-ringing ceremony for historic Nairobi Security Exchange listing. Chief of the Defense Forces engages Kise on special needs education and disability inclusion. Commander Kenya Army Baraza's addresses pay as you eat and welfare matters. Kenya Defense Forces medical camp supports over 1,500 residents in Kwale. Airborne troops mark 60 years of excellence with cycling event. On to our first story tonight. His Excellency Honorable Dr. William Samoei Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya and the Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces, led a bell-ringing ceremony at the Nairobi Securities Exchange. This event marked the official listing of the Lindsay Finco 003 Trust, Kenya's first infrastructure asset-backed listing valued at 44.7 billion shillings. Honorable Soipan Tuya, the Cabinet Secretary for Defense, and Dr. Patrick Mariru, the Principal Secretary for Defense, joined the President.
The funds from the 15-year bond will be used to finance the construction of the state-of-the-art 60,000-seater Talanta City Stadium, a project under the Ministry of Defense being carried out by the Kenya Defense Forces.
The proceeds from this listing will directly support the construction of the Talanta Sports City Stadium, a compelling example of how financial markets can accelerate national transformation. The Talanta Sports City marks Kenya's first large-scale, purpose-built international stadium project in more than 40 years.
The ministry is partnering with Lindsay Finco, which is the financing arm of Liaison Group, to deliver the Kenya Defense Forces institutional housing program.
Your Excellency, through these innovations, we are able to undertake projects of very serious national importance, like the housing program for our KDF officers. We are able to bridge the gap in real time without burdening the exchequer.
Phase 1 of the program, underway in 5 military barracks, will deliver over 3,000 houses. Phase 2 is set to add 10,000 more units, with plans for a third phase already in place.
General Charles Kahariri, the Chief of the Defense Forces, hosted Dr. Norman Kiogora, the Director of Kenya Institute of Special Education at Defense Headquarters here in Nairobi. The meeting focused on strengthening collaboration in the areas of special needs education, rehabilitation, and disability inclusion.
General Kahariri commended Kenya Institute of Special Education's ongoing initiatives and expressed a commitment to explore additional support, including technical linkages and strategic partnerships that will enhance services for Defense Forces members and the wider community. The Kenya Institute of Special Education is a valued partner of the Kenya Defense Forces in the national journey towards inclusive education and empowerment for persons with specific special needs. The Kenya Defense Forces has built several public schools that have special education units.
On to matters welfare. Lieutenant General David Keter, the Commander Kenya Army, held his first baraza with personnel based at the Army headquarters in Nairobi. The baraza provided him the opportunity to connect directly with the staff, share his command philosophy, and reinforce the importance of discipline and integrity as the foundation for the service success. On the recently launched Pay As You Eat program, Lieutenant General Keter registered his appreciation that the program was progressing well since its launch on 1st July 2025. Take a look.
Lieutenant General Keter reiterated that Kenya Defense Forces appreciates the critical link between its service personnel's well-being and operational effectiveness. As such, It prioritizes the welfare of its personnel as a cornerstone for its operational readiness and institutional integrity. He emphasized that meal allowances are consistent across all ranks, including both officers and service personnel. He said the Pay As You Eat program empowers individuals to make their own meal choices based on personal preferences, acknowledging the modern reality that food choices are deeply personal and can be impacted by a variety of factors. Lieutenant General Keter reaffirmed that Kenya Defence Forces has no intention of deducting lunch allowances directly from soldiers' payslips, nor have their allowances being paid through Defence Savings and Credit Cooperative Society, DSACO, as some careless and untrue narratives have claimed. He reminded the personnel to take advantage of the mobile app created specifically for booking and paying for their meals.
What you do is what? Walk to any outlet ya chakula, either ni canteen, either ni Defwest, ama ni mess. Kaa chini, itisha chakula, kula, lipa, na kufanya nini? Iko mali ya DSACO hapo. Iko DSACO hapo imetajwa. Kwa nini tusiharibie DSACO? Kwa sababu haiko wapi? Haiko hapo kweli.
He provided reassurance that conditions in existing cafeterias within the camps would continue to be improved to allow for seamless walk-in, walk-out access. The Commander Kenya Army further appreciated the service personnel for their resilience and commitment while discharging their duties. He also urged the soldiers to embody discipline by staying prepared and executing tasks professionally, and to demonstrate integrity by being honest, taking responsibility for their actions and supporting one another.
This is a job that requires a lot of dedication and sacrifice. This is a job that requires you to apply yourself. And we want to see officers, service members, wherever they are, they must be able to apply themselves fully. They must be committed to do this job to the best that they can be able to deliver.
Earlier this week, the Commander Kenya Army also visited troops deployed in Isiolo. This visit provided an opportunity to assess operational readiness and interact with the soldiers. Lieutenant General Keter praised the soldiers for their professionalism, commitment, and discipline in safeguarding national interests. He also urged the soldiers to always uphold integrity, stressing that it is the foundation of trust among comrades, commanders, and the nation.
Dr. Patrick Mariru, the Principal Secretary for Defense, inspected ongoing major development projects implemented by the Ministry of Defense through the Kenya Defence Forces in Nakuru, Nyandarua, and Laikipia counties. The visit emphasized the ministry's vital role in achieving the President's national development goals.
In Gilgil, Dr. Mariru visited the ongoing renovations of the railway station, while in Nyandarua, he was joined by the County Governor, His Excellency Dr. Moses Kiari, and Honorable David Kiaraho, the Area Member of Parliament. Together, they inspected the JM Kariuki Memorial Hospital and Olkalau Stadium, both of which are scheduled for completion by the end of December 2025. He also visited Olkalau and Nyahururu railway stations, where rehabilitation works are at 80% and 95% respectively.
In Coast Region, Kenya Defence Forces medics, in partnership with the Kwale County Government, conducted a medical outreach at Samburu Sub-County Hospital. The initiative offered free consultations, diagnosis, and treatment to over 1,500 residents.
The medical camp was led by Brigadier Dr. Justino Muinde, Chief of Naval Medical Services, with support from the Kenya Navy, Mariakani Garrison, and the Aga Khan Hospital. A notable highlight was a successful hernia surgery on a 4-year-old boy. Governor Fatuma Achani and Brigadier Douglas Mokwena, Commander Mariakani Garrison, attended the event, which showcased the Kenya Defence Forces' commitment to civil-military cooperation.
We take a short break. We will be back in a moment.
From the vast grazing fields to your plate, Kenya Meat Commission is your trusted source for premium quality meat products. With over 70 years of experience, KMC upholds the highest standards in meat processing, ensuring fresh, safe, and nutritious products for households across Kenya. Supplying excellence, KMC guarantees top-tier beef, mutton, and canned meat, meeting your needs with consistency and quality. Looking for the best in meat? Choose Kenya Meat Commission, where quality meets trust.
Welcome back. In honoring service and sacrifice in their operations, the 1st K9 Regiment celebrated its 13th anniversary with a week of commemorative activities at Embakasi Garrison. The unit specializes in training military working dogs for patrol, search and rescue, narcotics and explosive detection.
Lieutenant Colonel Alex Minor, the unit's commanding officer, paid tributes to fallen handlers and organized family visits to honor their sacrifice. Activities included the 12-kilometer military working dogs long walk, a symbolic journey of resilience and trust. The event showcased the vital role of K9 units in counterterrorism, border security, and humanitarian missions.
The 3rd Battalion Kenya Rifles commemorated Narung'ombe Day, an annual event that brought together serving military personnel, veterans, and families for a day of remembrance and reflection.
Narung'ombe Day marks the Battle of Narung'ombe, where the 3rd King's African Rifles, 3rd Battalion, Kenya Rifles predecessor, played a key role in dislodging German forces in Tanganyika, now Tanzania, in 1917. Brigadier William Kamuiro, Commander 2 Brigade, held the 3rd Kenya Rifles as a pioneering Kenya Defence Forces unit and urged members to carry forward its proud traditions. Veterans expressed appreciation for the continued observance of the day, noting that it strengthens bond between generations and inspires serving members to uphold its unit's legacy.
The Operation Maliza Uhalifu Female Engagement Team, in collaboration with Sauti ya Dada community-based organization, visited Kana Girls Rescue Home in Tiati constituency for a community outreach mission focused on mental wellness, empowerment, and dignity.
Representing Brigadier Kiragori, the Commander Operation Maliza Uhalifu Omo, Major Jairus Kakai emphasized the moral duty to protect children and reaffirmed Omo's commitment to creating safe spaces for survivors of abuse. The visit provided mental health and psychosocial support to girls rescued from child marriage, female genital mutilation, and sexual violence. Officers conducted one-on-one counseling sessions, shared meals, and facilitated bonding activities. To support menstrual hygiene and nutrition, the team donated sanitary pads and essential food supplies. This visit highlighted Omo's ongoing commitment to community safety and the protection of vulnerable groups.
Crossing borders to Central Africa, Kenyan troops serving under the United Nations Organization Stabilization Mission in the Democratic Republic of Congo, MONUSCO, were lauded for their professionalism and discipline during a familiarization visit by Colonel Sebastian Ahin of MONUSCO's 1st Intervention Brigade. The visit took place at Camp Lieutenant Masulia in Mavivi, North Kivu.
Colonel Arin, accompanied by senior MONUSCO officers, commended the Kenya Quick Reaction Force contingent for upholding Kenya's proud legacy in peacekeeping. He recalled his time serving in Sierra Leone under retired Lieutenant General Daniel Opande, the Kenya Force commander, describing the Kenyan troops as consistently excellent. The visit included inspections of troop readiness, welfare facilities, and training programs. Lieutenant Colonel Simon Seda, the Kenya Quick Reaction Force commander, appreciated the support received from MONUSCO and reaffirmed the unit's commitment to protecting civilians in cooperation with local forces and international partners.
In other news, the Airborne fraternity organized a special cycling event in Nairobi to honor the spirit and sacrifice of Kenya's airborne troops in anticipation of their Diamond Jubilee. The event included 4 circuits, 120-kilometer elite, 60-kilometer intermediate, 40-kilometer junior, and 5-kilometer for family, with 130 participants departing from Ulinzi Sports Complex.
Cyclists navigated scenic routes through Karen, Ngong, and Suswa, symbolizing endurance and unity. This event served as a curtain raiser for the 60th anniversary of the Kenya's Airborne units, which have their roots in the original Special Operations Forces. Major General John Koimo, the General Officer commanding Central Command, congratulated the riders for their discipline and spirit of mission. Brigadier Ahmed Saman of the Army Special Operations Brigade praised the group's resilience and cohesion.
As cyclists, we understand the importance of perseverance, discipline, and pushing beyond the limits. Values that resonate deeply with the brave men and women who have taken to the skies and the ground in service to our lovely country.
Kuweza kujinyakua zawadi kwenye mashindano haya, makala ya pili ya mashindano ya uendeshaji baiskeli.
Winners in various categories were recognized for their outstanding performances. John Henry emerged as the top rider in the children's category, Carol Mutura won the junior ladies category, and Samuel Kagiri claimed first place in the elite category.
And that's it for this week. We thank you for spending your time with us and look forward to your lively engagement through our official social media platforms. Join us again next week for another edition of the KDF Weekly Bulletin. I have been your host, Sergeant Kasim Ali. Goodbye and be blessed.